Nagpapasalamat kami kasi ilang araw lang na dumating si Pangulong Duterte sa Hague ay gumawa sila ng paraan na mabigyan siya ng kanin o rice sa kanyang meals. Kaya nagpapasalamat kami doon. And syempre, yung lungkot niya na wala siya. Yes, ma'am, isa din yon yung lungkot niya sa walang girlfriend. Pero may I just say, ma'am, no? Kasi magaganda yung mga lawyers niya. Yung isa is a Singaporean Spanish. So, Singaporean Spanish siya. Yung isa is Dutch. No? Oh, at araw-araw yun, bumibisita sa kanya. Sa detention. So every morning meron siyang lawyers conference at masaya ako dahil yun na nga ang problema ko, sir. Makaligawan ba? Matinik pa naman yon si PRD. So, baka pero sinabihan na namin sila. Winarningan ko. Ma'am, sabi ko, wag talaga kayo magpadala sa pambobola niyan, ha? May I just say na ang Pilipino na lalaki, mambobola talaga yan sila. Kaya sinabihan ko na yung mga abogado, sir, kasi nakita ko na yung maganda maganda talaga. Sabi ko, huwag kayong magpadala sa mga Pilipino na lalaki. Dahil gagawin nila ang lahat na masuko mo ang bataan. Pero pag nasa kanila na ang bataan, ma'am, anong nangyayari? Pumupunta sa Palawan. Sa Siargao? Yes. Yes. That is what we are working on, and that is what we are pushing for with our senators that are allied with the political party of President Duterte. Discuss ways where we can improve on the election. Yes, sir. We also know of that. There is some sort of foreign interference and influence in Philippine government and political affairs. And yes, as I said, we're discussing with senators, particularly Senator Amy Marcos, on how we can make sure that election results are credible. And we want to start it with the BARM elections, which are upcoming this year. Daw ma'am, di ko kadungog ma'am. Yes, election. BARM po tayo. Puro tayo. Yes. Filipinos living abroad can do overseas absentee voting through the Philippine Embassy. Gwapa ma'am, baka paminaw sa kong sakwa ma'am. Ako binhi para magkuan ba, magtrabaho. Kung nang gwapa. But you know, may I just say, kagwapo ang skin ang bugnaw. Ang kaganda ng kutis, ang malamig na klima. Alam mo ma'am, noong isang araw naglalakad ako, sobrang lamig niya, di ba? Gumaganda yung kutis mo kasi nagsasarado yung pores mo. Tapos naisip ko, sana ganito sa Pilipinas, no, malamig sa mukha, malamig sa leeg, pero hindi malamig sa likod, hindi malamig sa lower back, hindi malamig sa tuhod. Diba, ma'am? Dito lang yung lamig ba? Sa Pilipinas, dyan lang. Pag naglalakad ka, pero dito sa baba, kung saan masakit, pag malamig, wala. Para maganda ang kutis lagi ng Pilipina. Hindi yung konting ano lang, konting init lang, meron na kaagad, breakout, meron na kaagad. Lagi, ma'am. Pwede ang bugnaw, diri lang. Ana. Yung malamig dito lang. Dito, dyan, malamig. Pero dito sa baba, wala nang lamig. Kasi ma'am, sa totoo lang, ma'am, gusto ko na talaga mag-jacket. Pero dahil nagtatrabaho ako, ma'am, kailangan ko mag-uniform. Asan? His influence in my life. Unang-una, education. You know, when we talk about tiger moms, Asian tiger moms, where they demand academic excellence from their children, in my family, it was a tiger dad, not a tiger mom. Sinasabi ko sa inyo, sa sobrang bait talaga ng nanay ko, kahit gusto mong maging bulaklak, sasabihin niya sa'yo, go ahead, become a flower. Ganyan, yung nanay ko. Pero yung tatay ko talaga was really, I would say terrible in terms of driving the importance of education into my head. Really. Because ang sinasabi lang niya sa akin noon, hindi ka tao kapag hindi ka abogado o hindi ka doktor. Dalawa lang ang binigay niya na choices sa akin. Swerte na nga kayo, yung mga nanay niyo, sinabi lang sa inyo nurse eh. So 4 na taon lang yun. Sa akin talaga, ang demand sa akin, abogado o doktor. So 8 taon yun. Ganun siya sa akin nung ako ay lumalaki. So ako din, wala din, pakiramdam ko rin, nung ako ay lumalaki at nag-aaral, wala din talaga akong choice. Maging abogado o maging doktor o hindi ka makakauwi sa bahay ng mga magulang mo. And therefore, wala kang libreng kuryente at tubig. Ganon yung pakiramdam ko. So nagsimula ako sa med school and then I ended up sa law school and became a lawyer. And yun ang nakita ko na nagbago yung tatay ko sa paningin niya sa akin. The moment na nalaman niya na abogado na yung anak niya. Because apparently, sa mga more sa male lawyers, they find pride and honor kapag meron silang anak na abogado din, kahit isa man lang. And I think ganun din sa doctors. I do not know, but I think ganun din sa mga doktor. Kaya, wala nang ibang paulit-ulit na sinabi sa akin, tatay ko, kailangan mo maging doktor o kailangan mo maging abogado. So, it was a childhood with a tiger dad, not an Asian tiger dad, not an Asian tiger mom. Ang pangalawa pong natutunan ko at paulit-ulit na sinabi sa akin ni Pangulong Duterte, sabi niya, you make your own history in this world. So therefore, sa lahat ng desisyon mo, ay hindi ka pwede magturo ng ibang tao sa mga maling nagawa mo sa buhay mo. Kaya ma'am, balik tayo sa iyo, nagpapatawad ako ma'am. Hindi ko kasi alam na si BBM, hindi ko sinasabi ma'am ha, na kasalanan mo at binoto mo si BBM. Hindi ko alam ma'am, talaga totoo, hindi ko rin alam talaga. Na, ang akala ko kasi, ang buong akala ko ma'am, dahil, syempre di ba, we had that dark past in our country. And the principal figure of that was Marcos Sr. So I was thinking that he would want a legacy that is better than what we had before. So, unfortunately, I did not vet properly my running mate, ma'am. But you know, I'm sure you have doubts about the Marcos already. But you know, ma'am, Senator Amy Marcos is a different individual altogether. And she was the one who was my friend, who is my friend since 2012. BBM I met in 2015. Sorry, 20 before the 2020. Yes, ma'am, 2020. BBM I met in 2020 when they visited Davao City. So, yes. And as PRD said, you make your own history in this world, and I apologize for that decision, ma'am, to run with Bongbong Marcos. Asa man taga-Siquijor din eh? No, ma'am, lagi mo ang kun mo. Na! Nangkon na. Ma'am, budat-buduting. So that is the second influence. That is that you make your own history in this world. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, kasalanan ito ng tatay ko, kasalanan ito ng nanay ko, kasalanan ito ng asawa ko, ng boyfriend ko, kasalanan ito ng boss ko. Kasalanan, hindi. Paulit-ulit niya sinasabi sa akin, you make your own history. So you have to own up to all the mistakes, the decisions, good or bad, your life.
That's true.
Third, ano nga ba yung third, ma'am? Di ka pwedeng umiyak. Kahit anong mangyari, hindi ka talaga pwede umiyak. You cannot cry at all. Ma'am, when I was 5 years old, and this is so traumatic for a 5-year-old. In fact, 5 years old, you don't have memories, diba? When you were 5 years old. But ako, ma'am, I do. So, nakatira kami sa GSIS, sa Davao City. Natutulog kami sa kasi maliliit pa kami ng kuya ko, natutulog kami lahat sa isang kwarto. So, ang katabi ni, dalawang kama yan, ganyan. Ang katabi ni Manong, si Mama. Wala pa si Baste noon, ma'am, kasi GSIS pa ito. So, this was in the 1980s. Early 1980s. Tapos, ako and then si PRD. And then, you know, ang bata ba, hindi mo alam kung ano, hindi ko na maalala kung ano yung reklamo ko at ano yung sa to akong sapot, hindi na ko makahinumdum. Pero, nabuisit siya sa akin, umiiyak ako, sabi niya, huwag ka umiyak. Sabi niya, tas, diba, I mean, sinusubukan natin huwag umiyak, diba? Pero nandiyan pa yung and then even sobbing is not allowed.
Tough love.
Oh, it's really tough love. But it helped me. It helped me become a better person. So you cannot sob. No sound at all. So you can cry, but only tears. But you cannot show the tears. You cannot sob. No, not allowed. So I was like, and then he said, oh, I've had enough of this. you go out, you stay in the living room, and you sleep in the living room. So, I was 5 years old, and then hanggang ngayon takot man ako sa cockroach, no? And I think kasalanan ito ng tatay ko ba? Takot ako sa cockroach. You know that flying cockroach? Huwag yung mga maliliit na cockroach na yung mga lumilipad, yung pag tiningnan mo siya, pupunta siya sa iyo. Yung mga ganyan na cockroach. And then, sent me out into the living room to sleep in the living room, and then he locked the bedroom door. So they can sleep peacefully, and then I can cry freely outside. Huh? Oh. And then when you're 5 years old, your imagination runs wild. It was dark. I cannot reach the light switch. So it was dark, and the only light is from the outside ba, the street light. And then I can remember, ang imagination ko, ang sobrang laki na daw ng mga cockroach. Mga ganyan na, yung imagination mo, tapos habang natutulog ka, gagapang sila lahat sa iyo, mga ganyan. So, ganun siya. Hindi ka pwedeng umiyak at hindi mo pwedeng ipakita ang iyong mga luha. Noong isang beses, magkasama kami ni Kitty na bumisita sa loob ng detention unit. And then sinabi ko sa kanila, kay Hanilat at kay Kitty, huwag kayo umiyak ha, kasi ayaw niya. Sinabi niya sa akin, kasi nung unang mga araw na nandun siya, ako lang yung bumibisita. Paulit-ulit niya sinabi sa akin, ayoko bumisita sila, kasi alam ko mag-iiyakan. Sabi ko, ako nang bahala, sabihan ko sila. And then this Kitty, hindi niya napigilan isang beses, hindi niya napigilan talaga. She started, pero nandun siya sa likod ni PRD, and apparently narinig ni PRD kasi sinabihan siya, you know what, your tears don't help. So sabi ko din sa kanya, told you not to cry. So ganon, hindi ka pwedeng umiyak. Make your own history in this world, and the importance of education in the lives of our children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Because that will really influence change in our country. And so my next, okay pa ba kayo?
Yes!
Okay na po, ma'am? Okay na, ma'am? Okay na, ma'am, pero tulo na sipon, ma'am. And so, my next topic for us to discuss about is the International Criminal Court and what the administration did to President Rodrigo Duterte. Alam nyo, marami ang nagsasabi sa akin, nasaktan talaga sila nung nakita nila na hindi pinalabas sa airport, dinala sa Villamor Air Base at tinulak paakyat sa eroplano. And he was too weak to run and resist what they were doing to him. Pareho tayo, ma'am. Noon, ma'am, masakit talaga noong nakikita ko yung ganon. Not because, ma'am, anak ako, ma'am, ha? But because I am a lawyer. And I knew that what they were doing was wrong. Because they were supposed to bring him to a local court, to a Filipino court. And then they were supposed to present the diffusion notice. There was a diffusion notice from the ICC to the Interpol directly to the Philippine National Police. So, ang dapat nilang ginawa, Rodrigo Duterte, you have a diffusion notice. Let's go to court. And then they should have subjected it to the local court. Pero ang ginawa, ano ba ang ginawa? Yes. Forceful taking of a citizen from his country. Kidnap, if you want to use yung mga naiintindihan ng tao na layman's terms. Pero it was called a rendition in international law. Hindi mo pwede, kasi napansin niyo ma'am, lahat ng mga may death penalty sa ibang bansa, lahat ng mga nakukulong sa ibang bansa, may kaaso sa ibang bansa, at may desisyon na nire-request natin pawiin, ipardon. Yan. Because you're supposed, as a state, you're supposed to protect your citizens at all costs. Even to pay, marami doon sa Middle East, di ba? Kailangan mo magbayad ng blood money. Even to pay blood money so that you can take back your citizen. You don't ever take a citizen from his country and submit him to a foreign jurisdiction. You don't do that at all. That is very basic for a government to follow. So yun ang, hindi dahil sa anak ko ma'am, pero dahil sa abogado ako, naiintindihan ko talaga na mali yung ginagawa. At ang masakit pa, the people who say that they are for liberty, democracy, and the rule of law, were celebrating. They were celebrating the rendition